What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleaves. I'm here to tell you everything that's going on in this crazy crypto world. If you like this type of content, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. If you don't like this type of content and all you want to do is sit back and talk mad shit about me, you got to subscribe in order to do that too. And hit that dislike button on your way in, baby, because that's how you tell me you don't like me, because that's going to be awesome. Also, I want to thank somebody. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from, but it meant a lot. Okay. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in just a moment here. You guys know not that long ago, I was hacked, and, that sucks. But somebody out there helped me in a big way to recover. And look, guys, I do this because I get tips. When you guys say, "Hey, I want you to talk about this," or you just want to send me like a super thanks or something like that, that's the thing that helps me the most, is to be able to come into this chat every single day to provide you guys with content. Hopefully, you appreciate it. I assure you, the ad revenue is not enough to keep this thing going. So when you come in, you do super chats, or when you come in and you support me by signing up at KCEX and you do some futures trading, or you sign up at CoinW and you do some futures trading, or you sign up at Terra Casino and you do some risk-based gaming, or if you sign up at any one of these people, and one of them we're going to talk about right now. And thank you. Thank you is all I got to say. We're going to talk about it after the jump. Remember, this is not financial advice, but
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the Bleaves Crypto YouTube channel. You got to become a member, because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald out.
I can read a chart like a Superman, and I've got a show that has a lot of fans. I'm streaming every day and almost every night. I bought some Bitcoin cause I'm always right. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me please, I'll do any charge you want me to. They call me please, I'll break a crypto wallet down for you, for you. Channel streaming live at night, and I'm the only YouTube streamer who's always right. Every morning I go live and say to all you guys, don't fall for all these other people and their lies. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me please, I'll do any charge you.
hey, McFly, why don't you hit the like button? What is wrong with you? What are you doing? Hit the like button. All right, guys. So let's kick it off. First, I don't want to get emotional about this. So because then you guys are going to call me, that word that I'm not supposed to say, but that you can say now because Donald Trump is president. But guys, so a couple weeks ago, I partnered with Ultrarevo.biz, and we started a staking platform, and I made a few bucks off of it. I did a pretty good job. It's very easy, by the way. I didn't do anything. I didn't put in the work or anything like that. But you guys, one of you out here, I don't know who it is, made an investment, and your investment, by the way, I have a commission. If you sign up at ultrarevo.biz, I made a commission off of it, and whoever did it just got funded, and I get a cut off of their funding. Whoever it was, I get a 5% commission. You made over $100,000, and my commission on that was $4,900 right here. So, thank you. Thank you to whoever it was. I appreciate you and everything that you've just. I mean, I appreciate something that you've done for me that was incredible. I get a small amount for each time you guys stake with Ultrarevo.biz using the link down below, stuff like that. And thank you so much. So anyway, enough with that. I'm going to cash that out a little bit later on today, and I don't know, buy some. Well, we can't. I can't. God, man, you know what? I can't buy it because Kamala didn't get presidency, so it's not going to be legalized. So I can't buy any of that stuff. Maybe I'll just have a good dinner. I want to say something like that. Maybe I'll pay my rent up for an hour. My rent's expensive. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's talk now about what is going on over here. The big question of the day is, are we in for a 4-year Bitcoin bull run? Now, are we? Probably not. We probably the most likely scenario here and play out is we get an extended bull run followed by a lesser dump, and which, by the way, and let me tell you something. No matter what you say, okay, no, no matter what you guys say, and hold on, we got to go off track for just a second. You better shut your mouth. You better shut your mouth, man. Caleb Williams, by the way, I do want to say Caleb Williams has been just adequate. I thought that he would be phenomenal. He's only been adequate. And if you guys follow me on my Chicago Bears channel, new video just released a few moments ago. But if you follow me on my Chicago Bears channel, then you will know I was a big fan of Justin Fields coming and staying with the Chicago Bears because I thought he would be better for this season. Caleb Williams instead was the guy. We moved on. And Caleb Williams has not yet lived up to the part. There's been flashes of brilliance. There's been flashes, but every time he throws the ball over 20 yards, it's not, he's not completing, he's not doing a great job. His accuracy is in question. In fact, he's been struggling with it and he's now making excuses for it. But this is all about coaching at the Chicago Bears level. But this is not the channel for that. So, yuck. Anyway, but here's the good news. The good news is, Chicago Bears fans, Donald Trump is now your president. So if that can happen a second time and we can get this 4-year Bitcoin bull run cycle, if all of those things can happen, Chicago Bears can win a Super Bowl. So fingers crossed, head down, bear down, fuck you, Green Bay. You know, I said it. And Aaron Rodgers. I guess fuck the Jets too. I can't believe I'm so worried about Aaron Rodgers. God damn it. Anyway, let's talk about it. Trump election win set to kick off the golden age of crypto in the United States, according to the Bitwise chief information officer. Now, do I think we're going to go on a 4-year bull run? Not exactly. Here's what I think. I think that first, we're going to have an extended bull run, like I just said. Second, we're going to have a dip, but that dip, instead of being about 75%, could be somewhere in the neighborhood of 60%, maybe even in the 50% range from that top. And then the cycle will continue and we'll just get an extended run and the dip might not be that bad. Now, why am I concerned about the dip? Well, that's actually very easy. Elon Musk, Doge Department Maximum Pain, I think is what he said. Okay. This is what he said. Okay. Elon Musk said he expects to see in a very short period of time, by the way, we're not talking about a long period of time, but in the event that Elon does do what he said he was going to do, which is to take a piece or become part of the cabinet or as a special advisor to President Donald Trump. He said that with just a week until the, all right, here we go. Donald Trump, close ally and major economic advisor Elon Musk is warning supporters to expect economic chaos, a crashing stock market, and financial hardship, albeit temporary, if Trump wins. Okay. It sounds so extreme that Trump fans must either wonder why he has been so foolish as to say the silent part out loud, or maybe hope that the whole story is made up fake news, but it's very real. Billionaire Musk, Trump would be budget cutting and government efficiency czar. Okay. That's the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. also says there will be no special cases and no exception when he starts slashing federal spending after Trump takes office. And he predicts he will need a lot of security personally because of the likely reaction to his policy moves. Speaking Tuesday on a telephone town hall with supporters, Musk promised deep federal budget cuts, austerity, and economic pain ahead in a new Trump administration. We have to reduce spending to live within our means. That necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity. Now, here's the thing, okay? Government spending has always been about collecting revenue in order for you to give to the roads, to the police, to the fire, et cetera, et cetera. But as time trickles on and one side does what can only be described as stupid shit, then the other side gets voted into office to fix the stupid shit that the first team did. Okay. Now, by that, I mean, if you're a Republican, and by the way, I think it should be pointed out that the Republican Party of today, the MAGA Republican Party, is not the Republican Party of yesteryear. We're not conservatives at this point. Okay. This is the Republican Party actually represents more of a liberal sort of ideology than the Democratic Party does, despite the names and the differentials. Donald Trump is about free speech. Donald Trump is about protecting your Second Amendment rights. These are liberal policies, and they always have been. The protection of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights has always been a liberal principle. And by that mean, Donald Trump is still a liberal, okay? Because that is the important part. It's just been absorbed into the Republican Party. So there are conservatives, by the way, in both parties. There are liberals in both parties, but we should at least acknowledge there's been a different run here. And the reason that there's been a different run is because the Democratic Party of today is not the Democratic Party that you remember from 30 years ago. It's not the same. There was a time when Republicans started taking corporate money. When that corporate money started, the Democrats were put on their heels, and they who had not previously been taking a lot of corporate interest money started taking corporate interest money, and then they became corrupted, just as the Republican Party is utterly corrupt. Okay, then we had somebody come along, Donald Trump, and he was a thumb into the eye of that system. And then you had people. I don't like some of these people, by the way. But Matt Gaetz, I think there's a lot of issues with Matt Gaetz, but he doesn't take gigantic streams of money from huge corporations. He does not. Do you know who does? Liz Warren. Liz Warren, the person that wants to tell you all about how freedom is so important and being a liberal is so important, she's the one that takes the corporate money. She refused in 2016 during a Bernie Sanders debate to tell people that she would stop taking corporate interest money, which Bernie Sanders does not do. Now, remember, a lot of the burners moved over to that right side because there's a hot button issue we won't get into, but a lot of this has changed. So when you get back and you get into your team, if your team is Democrats, then you're fighting the wrong fight. This is a different world that we're living in. Okay. Do I think that Trump is the better candidate for this world right now? Yeah, I really do. Primarily because of cryptocurrency. Okay. But when you take it past cryptocurrency, I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. And a lot of things that you're unpacking here is who is protecting your free speech. Okay. Now, I am not deluded into thinking that Twitter or X or whatever we're going to call it now, I don't think that is a bastion for free speech. It is a private company, and whoever the private entity is that owns it gets to decide for themselves what they want to do. If Elon decides that it's going to be the bastion of free speech, it is the bastion of free speech for him. Okay. And for the people that follow him or the people that want to engage on the platform, same thing for Facebook, same thing for Google, same thing for all of these different places. However, it is very imperative and important that we recognize that if you are subsidized in some way by the government, then that should not be the case. So if Facebook gets favorable status with the government for the work that they do, or they get preferred deals or anything like that, okay, then they have to be more open to free speech and less suppressing free speech. And by the way, when I talk about this, some of you may not understand some of the things that were suppressed, but there were a lot of things that have been suppressed over the last bunch of months. If you guys remember, there's some stuff with Epstein giving interviews, okay? that was being suppressed on X. There was Hunter Biden's laptop that was being suppressed on X. There are different things that are suppressed constantly by and by the way, it's not just one party. Every party kind of does it in some way, but the one that gives you the best opportunity to exercise your freedom is still the Republican Party at this point. It should not be. It should not be, but it is. It is. And not only that, um, the night of the election, we should have had a leader step up and say, I would like to congratulate, because this was a big thing, conceding the election. This was a big thing that stepped up that night and said, look, we didn't win, but I want to congratulate Donald Trump. I want to wish him all the success. Anything that I can do to help him over the next 4 years to make America great, which is his motto, that's what we should do. And we should help the guy in this process. Do you know what happened? That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Should have happened. Didn't happen. They had to wait 24 hours. Why? Because remember, at the end of this, the argument that these people made for all of this time was Donald Trump never conceded the last election. Well, Joe Biden was president. So what you mean is he didn't bend the knee for you. He didn't bend the knee for you and say to you, oh, you did better than me. That's what happened. Okay. Donald Trump walked out of office on January 20th and Joe Biden stepped into office. So shut up, because what you were saying was just not true. Just because he didn't say the words out loud, I concede and I lost. That's what you wanted. You wanted Donald Trump to say, I lost. Donald Trump never says he lost. But that right there, that type of smug, abrasive sort of behavior, that's why you lost. That's why you lost. Ignoring all of these different places, ignoring all of this stuff, different stuff, ignoring Joe Rogan, ignoring Theo Vaughn, ignoring Andrew Schultz, ignoring what the new media says you have to do. Podcasts, go on the X platform, do all of these different things. What did Kamala Harris do? None of it. She went to the people. By the way, that's not an unsmart strategy. I'm not saying that's not a smart strategy. Going to the people versus going to CNN versus MSNBC versus Fox News. That was actually a brilliant strategy on her behalf, but that was not nearly enough. That was not nearly enough. Donald Trump went to places that he was uncomfortable. J.D. Vance went to places where he was uncomfortable. He had conversations that he didn't want to have with people he didn't want to have the conversation with in order to sway voters. Kamala Harris just said, hey, if you don't vote for me, you know what Joe said. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. So going to be a lot of soul searching over the next few years. But during the soul searching of the next few years, there's going to be an epic bull run. Now, back to the point, there's going to be some pain, a little bit of pain. I think once the election takes place, we'll immediately begin looking at where to take the most immediate action. Now, they haven't said anything so far. Yesterday was a day of celebration. It was a day for everybody to just say, hey, we won. Now what do we want to do? And by the way, they're working for you, the American people. There is a mandate now for Donald Trump and maybe not Elon Musk, but Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. They have a mandate right now about how they make America great again. And you might say, well, you can't say that. America's already great. Yeah, I know that. It's a slogan. Just like it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. I know I'm not always right. I just say it. Okay. It's the same thing with MAGA. We're not making America great again. And if you don't see and you don't understand it, you probably never will because you're in a cult. I'm not saying they're not a cult. I'm just saying that you're in one too. So pot kettle. Anyway, if Trump succeeds in forcing through mass deportations combined with Elon hacking away at the government, firing people, and reducing the deficit, there will be an initial severe overreaction in the economy. This economy is propped up with debt generating asset bubbles. And that is exactly what's going to happen. If these cuts are made, people are going to be like, oh my God, I got to get out. I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. So you will see some pain. However, you're going to see it for the benefit. And by the way, when we're talking about and when they're talking about illegal immigration, they're talking about people who stole their way into the country. They're not talking about migrant farmers who are doing migrant work. They're not talking about those people. And by the way, if you on a work visa and you overstay, you got to go. We still have to be a nation of laws. We can't just say, well, because I like them, they get to stay. That's not how it works. Okay. It's just not. It's just not. So there will be some pain during this, but guess what's not going to have pain? Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is inevitable. It's the new system. And in fact, we're getting altcoin rallies right now, especially with Ethereum. Ethereum is at 2,800. Ethereum is almost at $3,000 over the last little while. We're up $12 billion on the day. Bitcoin is actually down on the day. But guess what? Because look, we are consolidating right here, right after the big boom of the election. What happened? We got the big boom on the election. Now, what are we doing? We're consolidating in that range. Why are we not dumping or consolidating in that range? Well, let me take you back. How far back you going to go? Way back. And what are we doing? We're talking about the last election. The last election was like this right here. What did we get right after the election? Right there's that big candle. Right there's that big candle. We got the big boom right afterwards. Now, this one took 2 days. The one that we just had only took the one that we just had up here didn't take 2 days so far. Only 1 day. We're on that third day right now, which is and we're up, by the way. So let's call it for what it is. We had a big boom, which we had. Now we've got a little sideways action here for a couple of days as we consolidate in range, and then boom, here we go. We're gonna get another big spike. Now, then we're going to get, this is the impulse move right here. And by the way, it's going to look kind of crazy. By the way, boom, 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 boom. We're going to get that big move here. And then we're going to get that another test over here, another double top. And it's going to be a bearish divergence. It's going to be a bearish divergence. We're going to get a dip and we're going to get another dip. And we're going to get a crazy rip. And when is it going to happen? About mid-December, taking us through. This is the Christmas season right here, right there. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. You can see the Christmas season right about here. It's when everybody kind of dries up for just a few days because we're doing some Christmas shit. And then boom, the bull run is fully initiated and alive. Okay, so we are in the final cut, but it's up from here. It's up from here. So now that we know that, how do we attack this market? Okay. And one of the ways that we attack the market is going to be looking at what is going to absolutely explode. And what is going to absolutely explode? Solana. It's already absolutely exploding right now. I have, look, and by the way, I only have 12 Solana. So like, I'm not going to get rich off of Solana, but it helps me buy meme coins and shit like that. So it's important to have. But things are moving better. Okay. Things are moving better. Ricardo Santiago says President Biden to address the nation today after Donald Trump's decisive election victory and for a smooth transition. And here's by the way, look, I'm gonna finish politics over the next couple of days here. I'll be done with this almost completely. We'll just be talking about crypto going forward. But I think it's very imperative right now it is incumbent upon Joe Biden right now to say, hey, listen, you spoke, we listened, the government goes on. We need to help Donald Trump in any way that we can do what he said he wants to do, which is make America great again. We need to be the people that help. We need to understand that there are a lot of people out here who are very unhappy. And we need to do what we can to start to make America prosperous and continue the path that we've already laid. And by the way, he's not going to just say that I screwed everything up or anything like that, because really and truly, he probably didn't. Some of you can cry about Biden policy, but when I ask you what is a policy, you don't have one. So, he did as best he could given the circumstances that he had. Was it great? Nah, I don't think so, but it was good. We are the best country coming out of COVID. Was it an overreaction of COVID? Yes. Did he continue the overreaction? Yes. Did it change fundamentally the way the United States runs? Yeah. So maybe we'll get back to normal. Maybe we'll get back to a place where things are just going to be better. Maybe we'll get there. And it's going to start with that side of the aisle saying, look, we understand the American people are not happy. We want to try to help you become happier. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But I think that this is going to be the moment here where it matters the most. How Joe Biden, if he is going to do that, how he says, what we do going forward. But anyway, back to it. Because we are way off track now just because I can't shut up about it. Solana to Bitcoin. Somebody asked me about this Solana Bitcoin. Let's see if we can get the Sol Bitcoin on. There we go. All right. So look at this right now. We're starting to get a little bit of a Jesus Christ. Hey guys, you should buy Solana right now because holy fucking shit. All right, we're on a daily chart right now. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at what's happening right here. Okay, when you see this happening, okay, so we're this is where we were. This is how the pairing has gone, and now what are you seeing? And what do I tell you, by the way, when we talk about XRP? What I tell you every time we talk about XRP is that XRP has been in a 7-year consolidation pattern. And what does that mean? That means explosion. Okay. So what does this look like right here? Well, look at this Shiat right here. We're going to do that right there. Boom. We're going to do that right there. Long term right there. Boom. And what do you see right now? Okay. What you see is a pennant coming from this area down to this area, meaning that you're talking about a breakout right here of what's the percentage of breakout that we're talking about right here? 300%. We're talking about a 300% breakout that could be happening on the pairing of Solana to Bitcoin at any time. And that means, by the way, altcoin season, in case you didn't know that. Now, let's move into right there. And what are we looking at? We are pushing the boundary at the top. And what we did here was we pushed up into it, and then we came back down for a small retest, and then boom, we're starting to push our way back up. If this breaks out, guys, here's what's going to happen. Now, remember, I told you there's going to be a couple days of consolidation, right? So what would happen here is a breakout, a break back down, a little sideways action, and then we are off to the fucking races. Okay, this is what's going to end up happening. This is, guys, you should be way bullish at this point on Solana. And by the way, look, I'm just looking at that chart right there, and I'm telling you right now, holy shit. Now, if we look at this from Solana's perspective, then look what's happening right now. Solana just broke this trend line. Oops, shit. Solana just broke this trend line. That trend line is here to here to here to here. And now it's up here above that line, testing its Fibonacci level. And if that's the case, then one would make an argument that there has to be a breakout and something big happening. Well, what does that something big happening look like when you take into account exactly where we were, which is, it should be right there. This is the Fibonacci from the last market. $672 looks to be the next big impulse move on Solana when it hits the golden ratio. God doggy. Okay. Look, I'm telling you right now, it is about to break out. We're going to see 260. We're going to see 260 on Solana by the end of this year. And ultimately in this bull run, you're talking about a $672 Solana. I gave you a prediction of 520 a while back. It looks more and more like we're going to start seeing some really big moves. So 672 on Solana probably coming. And by the way, when you're doing that, here's what matters. Look at all these Solana meme coins. Imagine, if you will, that you're pairing and for example, I know I always go back to this, but Coins Chick Coin, right? And let's see what radical stuff we have up here today. At least she exercises a lot. Okay, at least she exercises a lot. Anyway, so if you're looking at something like a CoinsCheck coin, something on the Solana ecosystem or TARS AI or any one of these, you can see right now it's consolidating in this range at 1411. Now, the way that this works is 50% of the price is based on what Solana does. Okay. So, by the way, this does mean that there has been more sell off than we're talking about in this chart because some of these people who are like, I'm going to be here forever, they weren't. They lied. They got out as soon as the opportunity presented itself because they are what the French call bitch ass MFers, I think. So, anyway, these bitch ass MFers, they sold. However, when you consider the same amount of investment, the same amount of people, and you consider the pairing with Solana, if Solana doubles, then the way that this pairing works is this coin shitcoin goes up 50%. So 50% of where you are right now means that you're going to be at 3 zeros 21. If it goes up to $670, that's 4x from where it is, which means that this will have a nice little 2x from where it is, which means that it's going to be up in the 5,600 range, which means that it's 4x from where it is at this moment. So, and guys, I know you're going to be looking at this and you'll be like, what are you talking about? Math, bitch, math. Okay. Do the numbers. Anyway, so look, something like this, something like what else is on Solana? CHEDDA. I'm going to do a video on CHEDDA, by the way, coming up very soon. And we're going to talk about this one because Jesus Christ, look at this breakout. Like, Jesus Christ, look at this breakout. And by the way, who gave you this call over here a couple days ago? What did I tell you? Get in CHEDDA. What did you do? You didn't get in CHEDDA. You know why? Because you don't want to get rich. You're gay. I mean, oh, I'm sorry. You like dudes. That's what I'm supposed to say. You can't say gay anymore. Oh, wait a minute. You can. I don't know. Look, whoever's, I could, whatever. Anyway, Solana meme coins. The pairing is going to be very, very favorable. Dog with hat about to absolutely explode. Myro's at 10 cents right now, absolutely going to explode. All of these cryptos out here, they are going to absolutely explode very, very soon. Another one that's going to explode, SAITAMA on Solana. Absolutely explosive possibility here. Came back down, by the way. Look at this. Perfectly played dump into the golden pocket. After the breakout from the golden pocket, guess what it's doing right now? It's having a green day. Hopefully it continues. And then boom, comes up here and tests the all-time high at 2.5 cents. And then the breakout comes all the way up to like 6.6, I think. Yeah, 6.3, 6.29. Let's call it 6.3. 6.3 cents is the breakout area for Saitama Reborn. So, I mean, you better get packing because your time is running fuck out. Anyway, so like I was saying, Bitwise CIO says that he thinks we're going to go into this big cycle. What to expect from the FOMC? The FOMC is meeting today. Mixed expectations for bond yields and Treasury interest rates. Economists have explained that rising Treasury bill yields are due to increased uncertainty caused by the U.S. presidential election and rising debt. So bond yields went up to like 4.5. Like, it was fucking crazy what happened here, which is people saying, "Oh my God, the sky is falling." Why? Because they're putting themselves into the most protected and firm of assets. And what are those? Those are the bonds. Okay, so you're getting 10-year Treasury bonds. That is the most guaranteed rate of return that you can possibly get. By the way, if you have, I'm going to suggest this to you, and I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but if you had $5 million or more, right, and you're not spending $5 million or more, you don't need that money, and you want to earn yield off of it, 4 $1 million bonds at 4 almost 5% right now would yield you about $50,000 on every million. Is that good enough for to make yourself like super rich or anything like that? No. This is the safe money that allows you to live. You take that other $1 million and you put it all in crypto, or live your life, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I'm not a financial advisor, by the way. So, but if you can, remember, if you got a 5% bond yield, then all you have to do is buy $1 million bond, and you're getting $50,000 every single year. It's just that simple. And you put 4 million in, that's $200,000 a year. Can you live off $200,000 a year? Well, yeah. I mean, you're not going to be rich. You're not going to be comfortable. You know what I mean? $200,000 is not a huge amount of money, but it's a survivable wage. Like, you can sit in your house and you can take vacations all the time and you can just live a decent life. So that's what attracts people right now. And that's why bond yields go up, because people are uncertain about what's going to happen with the market. However, now we have some clarity because Donald Trump has won. So I suspect that we're going to see bond yields come down very rapidly. We're going to see the stock market start to explode a little bit more. It was up 1,500 points yesterday. So bond yields will come down. The dollar strength, I'm not really sure about dollar strength yet. Dollar strength is still kind of tied into a lot of other world markets. So we'll see how that goes. And by the way, nothing that happens today should be an indictment or an indication of anything in regards to Donald Trump, because he's not in charge. He doesn't get in charge until January. So everything happening right now is speculative at best. So, and please, when you're doing investments, consider that. Also, by the way, XRP, 55 cents. So starting to break out. All of this stuff is about to just go parabolic. Okay. So we'll find out tomorrow whether they reduce the rates. We'll see what happens. Binance has listed MOG coin with 75x leverage. Is the MOG price about to rally? Now, I don't give a shit about MOG. Look, if I didn't get into it early, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. Piece of shit, right? But look at this. It's absolutely breaking out, still continuing to consolidate up in this high little range right here. 10x, was that 15x since it got listed on Bybit. So if you don't have a bag of MOG, this is not the time, but it could also be the time. It might take off. You never really know. By the way, DJT stock is tanking again. I hope you learn. Are you here today? If you did, man, I hope you sold and got your at least original investment out. Not because, by the way, look, I think that DJT, I think all of these Trump meme coins, stuff like that, they're still going to explode. They're still going to have explosive moves. He is the president. It will happen. But when you see something like DJT, this was a speculative. This is basically a stock that's a meme coin at this point because it had a valuation of $6 billion. That's a cult, by the way. That's a cult. And look, I'm not shitting on it. We're all in a cult. But it had a valuation of $6 billion and its revenue for the quarter, okay, for the last quarter was $1 million. You can't even pay people. You can't even pay people if you're making $1 million a quarter. You know what I mean? Maybe this thing changes. But again, this is one of those speculative sort of assets here. It doesn't do anything. Everybody's migrating over to X because that's the new bastion for right wing, quote unquote, free speech. So Truth Social has no platform anymore. There's nobody that's going to be like this is a problem. It could still pop again. Like it could be still a meme coin thing. Like Trump, by the way, the MAGA coin fell off the end of the earth here, came down into a range and it started to spike pretty hard off of it. So we found what appears to be a bottom. We have not reversed trend. So that's not good. However, you see that kind of right here. We're still minting lower high. We're coming down. The question would be, do we continue this little trend line right here? Because this ultimately, I think in the longer term means a market reversal has already happened. So we got this lower high over here. If this plays out this way, and if we come back up, you get a little bit of a retest here in the $3 or $3-ish sort of range. If we look at it, where do we expect MAGA to go, by the way? From here down to here means another test into 314 to 350. Somewhere in this golden zone would be a very good sign for the project. That'd be a very good move. But then if it breaks down, what we would like to see is that it doesn't break down below that zero level again, that it comes up here into this $70, $80 range over a couple days. So could be looking at MAGA having a nice little reversal. Again, same thing as the other, it doesn't do anything. So, it's going to be kind of difficult, but it did spike up to $2.42. So the recovery is here. Today is the day that today is the day that Donald Trump, quote unquote, goes to work. Now, that's just getting ready for whatever comes next, okay, in the market. So I think it would be safe to say, I'm not telling you what to think, but I think it would be safe to say that we're probably going to see MAGA, $1 billion market cap still. We're probably going to see DJT also spike a little bit, but again, be very careful because it's a speculative asset. It doesn't actually produce money. That's not a good amount. It's not a good yield. Okay. Nobody's going to invest billions of dollars into something that only produces $1 million. That's stupid. And the one thing that people are stupid. We can agree on that, right? So uh, which is, by the way, it's a long way off from MOG. And now my editor today is going to be like, you were all over the place. Whatever. Anyway, Donald Trump election win drives $64 billion surge in net worth of the world's wealthiest, which means the billionaires got more billionary. But the best we can hope for is that money cascades down just a little bit. Again, this is all speculative. This is all speculative at this point. So we'll see how this all plays out. Coinbase Premium has flipped positive, indicating rising Bitcoin demand from U.S. investors, which means that when the FOMC comes out, we've already priced in 25 basis points. If we get another 25 basis points, that's just par for the course. We'll have a lot of, over the next 24 hours, we'll probably have a lot of volatility because, things are going to go up, things are going to go down. But realistically here, we're witnessing the next big move here and the next big breakout. Bitcoin is just soaring all of a sudden. Is this the next big breakout? Here we go. All right, guys. So the money is flowing back into the market. Bitcoin could have a green day. And by the way, look at this. This was, remember I told you, it's early, but Bitcoin had that big breakout post-election. I told you that before, and then it consolidated for a couple of days, and then it took off again, right? Well, it could be continuing on. This could just be a small candle by the end of it. We could still get that 85, I think 85,881 was the one that I gave you just a little while ago, saying that, if we were to get this move right here, just kind of right here and here and here, then if it breaks out, boom, 86,000, like we really could be looking at an $86,000 Bitcoin at some point later today, if the market allows it. Look, these guys are market makers. If they allow it, then it's going to happen. But Coinbase has flipped positive on the premium. TRON unites as silver sponsor at SmartCon. Justin Sun announces TRON integration with Chainlink data feeds. So TRON is now integrated into Chainlink. Guys, I kept telling you over and over and over again that you got to have a little bit of TRON. Remember, I got it at 14 cents. My TRON right now is 16 cents. It's down a point and a half for the day, by the way. And there's still some pockets right there of profit taking along the way. Everything has to retrace a little bit. TRON having a nice little move. By the way, it was at 17 cents the other day. So guys, I can't stress enough. You got to have some TRON. You got to just humor me. Have a little bit of TRON because it is going to absolutely explode and break out. Okay. No homo. Is that what I'm supposed to say? BlackRock Bitcoin ETF sees record-breaking $4 billion traded on election day. We're about to look at that right now. In fact, let's go into it and let's see what happened yesterday. Okay, so yesterday there was 8.9K Bitcoin bought up, 621 million. We are back, baby. So the election, on the election day, there was outflows of 116 million, but the trading volume was a record level. Today, we got enormous inflows coming back in. So it's 621 million coming back in, which accounts for, look at this. This is 667, 730. So 730 million came out over the course of 3 days leading up to the election. 622 came back in today. I would suspect that we're probably going to see another green day, and we're probably going to see all of that out money bought up and back in. And by the way, this is the biggest day in a while on Ethereum, but check this out. 52 million in inflows came in after zero, and then 63 million in outflows over here. So I would suspect that we're going to see the same thing happening over here. Remember, this was at 540 million outflow just earlier today. Now it's back down to 489. We need to see that continue to be positive. But with that positive sort of inflow, that would lead to a spike in Ethereum prices, right? Well, what's going on with Ethereum? Ethereum is breaking the fuck out. So Ethereum got a little bit of ways to go into 2950 before it hits the 200 MA. But if it were to break into the 200 MA and then get a successful retest, then we're going to have a breakout, and that breakout is going to take us into the 3,500 range. So, and then, by the way, the breakout of it, the actual true breakout, by the way, this is where you should be incredibly bullish right now. Remember, there is a channel that we're trending in right now. Okay. You are at the bottom of the channel. Ethereum is about to break out. Now, look, you're not going to have you're not going to make millions upon millions unless you're already putting in millions upon millions into Ethereum. But you can make a nice 2x off of this over the next little short period of time, in my opinion. Like again, I told you, I gave you 13,000. I said I think it's going to break out to 13,000. I'm not going to say that I'm wrong at this point, but I feel like it just what I thought was going to happen, like what I really thought was going to happen when the ETF launched, which was kind of right around here. The ETF launched. It was just down, 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 down because it didn't have any staking mechanism wasn't there. So it's probably right there actually. Anyway, now we're at the bottom of this channel is the important point, and the top of this channel is 5,700, 6,000. So we'll get about halfway there with an all-time high for Ethereum. I think it's going to explode. I think it's coming very, very soon. I think we're going to see Ethereum start to really kind of send. And not only that, we're going to see Solana do the same thing, really just kind of send. So Ethereum breaking out, Solana breaking out. Also, Peter Brandt expects Ethereum and Solana to make upside push, but identifies why Solana is more bullish. And in the weekly Ethereum chart, he reveals the leading altcoin is currently grappling with a major overhead resistance zone. We just looked at it. Was trading at 2,818 at the time of the analysis, showing a 14% weekly gain. It reveals that the Ethereum encounters selling pressure as it moves towards higher levels. This shows substantial supply in the current range as old whales reawaken. Really, remember that Ethereum had 120 million Ethereum in circulation, still has 120 million, hasn't gone. We're not trading enough right now to continue to make it deflationary at this point. So Ethereum is attempting to break through the resistance at 3,000. And then he says, he doesn't give you a breakout, just the 3,000 mark, but he is saying that Solana is probably the one that's going to have the biggest pump. Okay, that's the one that he's even more bullish on. Matthew Siegel from Van Eck says that Ethereum was probably oversold, but I mean, we still need to move into the 3,000 range in order to confirm a bullish narrative. Now, 77 on the Fear and Greed Index, which means that people are super bullish about the market. We talked about this before. We're going to talk about it again. Why? Because I love this thing. Here we go. This is about 80% completed. This is the MSI game. And by the way, just a simple Mario platformer. I hope that it's going to be super fun. A lot of little interesting levels and moves and stuff like that. So keep waiting for it because you're going to get a nice little surprise here with the MSI game. And look, it is what it is. Okay. Again, I was told by Pablo, this is really just a meme coin. Okay. So enjoy it as a meme coin, and have fun. That's the whole purpose behind MSI. He's going to keep building. He's going to keep getting you listings on some of these big platforms. You're going to get listed in different places. And you're going to have a little fun game in order to play. So quit being a nerd and get there. Also, if you have a project, make sure that you get into Ticker Trending. Ticker Trending has Decat, Sato, LFGO, POC, MSI, Roby, Promethean Prodigy, Venom, Bebe, and Dumb Guy. Some dumb guy. Ha ha ha. All right. So if you're interested, certainly go check this out. But look, MSI about to break out, in my opinion. If we come over here and look at the chart, trading at 1202 right now. Why do I think it's going to break out? Well, if you look at it from a narrative perspective, then whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this and then boom. All right. So you can see right here, significant sort of breakout. You're going to have to test this resistance, which is oddly enough right along the 50 MA. So I would think that the breakout is coming to this kind of level right here, which makes the most sense right there at 501694. And then from there, get back into that golden zone. And then from there, have a breakout. Where would the breakout happen? Well, if we get the breakout, then it would be into this range right here of 504530, which, by the way, is not a volume node. So all you have to do is just make it through that 786 fib retracement line, and then boom, you're not going to be retesting the high, but you're going to be into this little spot right here where the trading volume is. That's the best test of the range. And then you're going to have that breakout above 5045. So it is coming. This market is sending. We're starting to see people layer in, and we're going to see an altcoin and a meme coin cycle. By the way, let's take a moment right now because I've been seeing nice little pumps coming in from the altcoin season sort of thing. So let's go see where it's registering. 31 right now. You can see here back in October, it was starting to break out, and then it dumped because Bitcoin started to run towards the election. Now you're getting that nice little reversal. So we're going to be looking at an altcoin season probably starting to manifest itself right now. Why? Because we've got big, strong green candles starting to pop up. We got big, strong green candles starting to pop up. We got big, strong green candles starting to pop up. We've got Aave with a big, strong green candle starting to pop up. You know what I mean? Like, and by the way, look at that. If this thing breaks out from that level, then the rallies are on. The rallies are on. So be looking for something big to happen over the next couple days. Again, maybe a little consolidation, a little sideways action, but we are about to go just absolutely nuts again. Okay. Also, DevvE, it is over with. Okay, we are finally past the unlocking period, and guess what? I mean, look at how it's starting to run. Okay, I took some of the stuff off here. We don't have to look at this channel anymore. We don't have to look at this channel anymore because we are now done with it. The only thing that we can look at from this point would be the impulse move. So what is the impulse move right now telling us? Well, the impulse move right now telling us is this spot right here going to this spot right here means that we're probably looking at a breakout to about 78, 79 cents. Now, when we zoom out right here, again, just like previously, there's no volume. That's actually kind of a blank spot. So the volume range would actually be around 90 cents, which corresponds to the bottom of this range. And then a breakout into this right here at $1.20 is probably what's coming immediately after that. So look for, and by the way, it is my understanding that there is some stuff going on in the background that's about to be announced. That, look, DevvE, it is my opinion, is about to 4x from where it is right now and have another just big, impressive sort of run. So if you haven't already, 38 cents, guys, I'm telling you right now, DevvE is going to 50 bucks. Okay. I'm just telling you right now, that's 150x from where we are right about now. Okay. That's the best I can tell you here. It's going to 50 bucks. And then once it goes to 50 bucks, I don't know where it goes after that. Okay. You got to talk about circulating supply. You got to talk about, what is available, but it's sitting around a 15 million market cap with about 400,000 in liquidity. We've made it past the vesting. Vesting is done and it is up only from here. If you look at the way the chart is lined up right there, then again, this comes up here. I suspect that over the next couple days, boom, 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 boom. And then here we go right into that almost 70-cent range. And then the ultimate top over there at $1.06. Again, guys, if you don't have any DevvE at this point, you're out of your goddamn mind. Okay. I'm and look, let me say this. I bring you guys, I bring you guys meme coins. Sometimes they just pay me and I say, hey, you know what? I'll do it and I'll look for the good in it. So you will hear me say that I take no tokens from these people. Okay. If somebody reaches out to me, like for example, I'm partnered with KENDU right now. I'm going to give you KENDU video is coming out today. Okay. KENDU's up 30%. If you listen to me when I gave it to you, then KENDU was down here at 5012. It's now, so you're up 4x off of it. Make sure you take your original investment out, by the way. But you were also up right here. Well, guess what? KENDU probably about to break out to 4015. So you're talking about a 10 or 15x from where I gave it to you originally. Now, I took, because I'm not sure, you never know what's going to happen with a crypto. I took USDT from them. I partnered with Myro. I took USDT from Myro. There are very few projects that I take the actual crypto from. DevvE, I only want to get paid in the crypto, okay? Because this is, and by the way, if you guys remember, I was hacked. 30,000 DevvE is what was stolen from me. Think about that. 30,000 DevvE was stolen from me and it's like 40 cents. So I have about I had about 50,000 total, and now I'm down to 20. So just, I mean, to give you guys an idea, this is the one for me that this is the one that's going to do it. Now there's another one that I'm really bullish on that I think is also going to get me and I'm not partnered with these guys at all. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll be honest with you, I haven't even reached out to them or anything like that. But it was at $5 not that long ago. It's API 3. API 3, I think, is based on a couple of different pros that I know who are veterans in the industry and stuff like that. They are convinced that that API 3 is between 300 and 100 in the bull run, all the way up here. Okay, so I have currently, I don't even know how much I have. I have for API 3. I got on two portfolios, by the way. So it's gonna take me just a second here. I have 3,351 total API 3. So 3,351 total API 3 is what I have at this point. So at $1.59, look, I think it's 100. Again, I think this is close to 100x. This is going to be one of those just absolute bangers that runs like just insane. So DevvE, API 3, those are going to be my highest level conviction plays. I do think Trump is going to have another big run. It's trading at about $2 right now. It did dip, of course, big time. And it's going to have to there's a lot of trade volume on it. But the other one, CCC coin, look, guys, I'm going to hold this one for a while. We're just going to see what happens here. But I got a feeling that anything with 135,000 market cap, if it goes to 10 million market cap, that's 100x from where it is. You guys are not, look, thing is, you're not looking at the big picture. It's gonna 100x. Okay, it's gonna 100x. Same thing. Look, there's a lot of them out here. SAITAMA on Solana, same thing. It's just gonna 100x. It's just gonna 100x. And one last piece right here. I want to get into this because I'm making a video for these guys later today as well. I gave it to you a couple days ago. I told you guys this was going to be the next big sort of meme coin pump play, and I gave it to you right over here at 202. It's trading at 208 just a little while ago, so it was an easy 2.5x. If you did that, make sure, I hope you took out your original investment, even if it is where it is right now. It's in the golden zone right now. So if you bought when I said, if you came in when I first started talking about it and you made your bag, take out your original investment, hold on to your moon bag, and then just wait, because right here we just came out of the golden zone, so it's probably coming back up here, and then boom, a breakout, and that breakout takes it to 1.7 cents. So there you go, guys. I mean, look, it doesn't get any simpler than this. It doesn't get any simpler. All you have to do is put in the work, put in the effort. All you have to do is just hold on, have a little conviction on some of these, and it's going to go absolutely bonkers. Somebody asked earlier what happened with PayPay. PayPay is a Chinese meme coin. Really, it's based on the Chinese market, and I would think that it's going to absolutely break out and go just completely crazy. Christian Bedkowski says Lunk is trash. I think you're thinking of your mother, so deal with that, bro. She needs to clean up her act. Anyway, guys, it's not financial advice. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And oops, you know what I did? Oh, God damn it. I forgot to upload the newest outro, because I have a new outro. You know what new outros are? Oh, by the way, I had a really good one here, and I thought that was going to be absolutely funny as F. Guys, I want to show you this one. It's just hilarious. I don't know that you guys are, I don't know if you're fans or anything like that, but it's absolutely, it's hilarious. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's super funny. It's super funny. It's hilarious. Like me. And it happened on wrestling the other night. If you guys don't know, I am a wrestling fan. I think that's a male soap opera. Pretty funny. But there's a guy on there. His name is R-Truth, and he did this.
Wow! Kurt Angle shrunk.
That's hilarious. Chad Gable is a guy who looks like Kurt Angle. and just to hear him say, "Wow, Kurt Angle shrunk," was absolutely hilarious to me. Am I small-minded? Yes. Do I care? No. So, yeah, whatever. Anyway, and I'm doing this right now because I'm stalling you because I'm uploading the outro video, which I didn't do. You know what I mean? Like which I didn't do, and now I gotta do. So we're gonna pop outro. We're gonna pop that. We're gonna set his outro, and now, adios, muchachos. And that's not racist because I eat Mexican food. Donald Trump has won the 2024 election. Crypto is go parabolic and you don't have enough crypto. That's where Cryptonomy.finance comes in. You can stake your crypto. We've got about 9 months before the big part of the bull market is really kicking off. So this is your last opportunity, your final opportunity to set yourself up a long-term fixed staking plan. And guys, you're going to want to have some TRON, some XRP, some Ethereum, some Bitcoin, some of whatever it is that you like. Right now is the best time to take advantage of the opportunity to accumulate desired assets. And there's over 800 tokens available for staking where you can earn up to 180% APY. Also, for me, there is a competition happening right now in which I could win a prize by referring you guys over. I'm going to make another TRON deposit today because I've told you before, I think Justin is going to be one of the goats in this industry. Folks, one of my high confidence plays is TRON. I'm putting 2,600 TRON into a 9-month staking protocol with a yield of 71.8%. That's going to give me about 4,000 to 5,000 TRON by the time this is done. All right, guys, my TRON is set up. I am ready to go. This bull market is getting ready to happen. As we approach the end of the year, Cryptonomy is going to be hosting numerous giveaways, just like in previous years. It's become a tradition. You've got Halloween prizes, you've got Christmas prizes, and you've got newsletters that will allow you to see exactly what's going on. Don't forget the important part, in my opinion, and that is the launch pool. We've created multiple contracts over here. We're not creating a new one today, but as you can see from the returns that we're getting over here, they're getting significant multipliers with every investment for the launch pool. So make sure that you sign up for the launch pool today.